Sir Elton John, the iconic British singer-songwriter whose voice has echoed through decades of music history, has once again opened up about the profound challenges he faces in his battle against blindness. In a deeply personal interview, the legendary artist, now in his later years but as vibrant in spirit as ever, described the past 15 months as nothing short of devastating. The man behind timeless hits like Rocket Man and Your Song confessed that the loss of sight in his right eye, coupled with the deteriorating condition of his left, has stripped him of simple joys that many take for granted: the ability to watch a film, read a book, or even glance at a newspaper headline. This revelation paints a picture of resilience wrapped in vulnerability, showcasing a man who has conquered personal demons before but now grapples with an invisible adversary that dims the world around him. The story of Elton John's vision woes began in earnest in July 2024, when a severe eye infection struck without warning. What started as a routine medical concern escalated into a nightmare, rendering his right eye completely blind. Medical experts later explained that the infection was aggressive, possibly stemming from an underlying condition exacerbated by his age and the rigors of a lifetime on the road. Elton, ever the performer, initially downplayed the severity to those closest to him, insisting he could power through as he always had. But privately, the reality hit hard. Mornings that once began with scanning tour schedules or flipping through sheet music now dissolved into a haze of frustration. He couldn't see the faces of fans beaming back at him from the front rows of concerts, nor the intricate details of the costumes that have become synonymous with his flamboyant stage presence. It's a loss that extends beyond the physical. It's an assault on the creative soul of a man whose life has been defined by visual spectacles, glittering outfits, elaborate sets, and the kaleidoscope of emotions captured in his music videos. In the interview, Elton's voice carried a mix of raw emotion and unyielding optimism. "It's been devastating," he admitted, his words hanging heavy with the weight of isolation. The inability to engage with the world visually has forced him to confront a new normal, one where audiobooks and voice assistants have become reluctant companions. He recounted sleepless nights pondering the what-ifs. What if this is permanent? What if the melodies that once flowed effortlessly now elude him because he can't jot down notes on a whim? Yet even in this darkness, Elton's spirit shines through. He draws parallels to another crisis he navigated decades ago: the AIDS epidemic that ravaged his community in the 1980s and 1990s. "It's exactly like the AIDS situation," he said, his tone steady with the wisdom of survival. Back then, as a vocal advocate and founder of the Elton John AIDS Foundation, he witnessed stigma, fear, and groundbreaking advancements in treatment. The fight against HIV taught him that science, when fueled by determination, could turn the tide. Now he clings to that same hope for his eyes. Elton's journey with health challenges is far from new. Over the years, he's battled addictions to drugs and alcohol, emerging stronger each time through rigorous rehab and the unwavering support of his husband, David Furnish, and their two sons, Zachary and Elijah. His sobriety, now spanning over 3 decades, stands as a testament to his capacity for reinvention. But blindness feels different, more insidious, less conquerable in the short term. Since the diagnosis, he's undergone a battery of treatments: antibiotic regimens to combat the infection, consultations with top ophthalmologists worldwide, and experimental therapies aimed at preserving what vision remains in his left eye. He describes the medical marathon as exhausting, with follow-up appointments that blur into one another, each bringing a sliver of progress or a setback that tests his patience. "I've had the most incredible life and there is hope," he affirmed, his optimism a beacon for others facing similar trials. It's this refusal to surrender that has endeared him to generations. At 77, he's not just a survivor but a symbol of enduring grace under pressure. Reflecting on his career, Elton can't help but marvel at the irony. Music, for him, has always been a sensory feast: the roar of crowds, the flash of lights, the collaborative energy of studios alive with color and motion. Now, performances rely more on memory and muscle than sight. He jokes about bumping into stage props during rehearsals, but beneath the humor lies a profound adaptation. His bandmates and crew have rallied, adjusting lighting cues and set designs to accommodate his needs. Fans, too, have shown extraordinary empathy. During his farewell Yellow Brick Road tour, which wrapped in 2023 after 3 years and over 300 shows, audiences held up signs in Braille and described the spectacle in real time via social media. It's these gestures that remind him of the connective power of his art, transcending the physical barriers his body now imposes. As he looks ahead, Elton's message is one of stoicism and advocacy. "You mustn't give up hope, you must be stoic, you must be strong, and you must always try and batter the door down to try and improve things," he urged, his words a rallying cry for anyone in the throes of illness. He's channeling this energy into his foundation work, pushing for increased funding in vision research. Partnerships with organizations like the Lighthouse Guild and donations to cutting-edge retinal studies underscore his commitment. He envisions a future where gene therapies or stem cell innovations restore sight to millions, much like antiretrovirals revolutionized HIV care. In the meantime, he's embracing audiobooks narrated by friends, composing on adaptive keyboards that convert notes to voice, and cherishing family moments described in vivid detail by David. Elton's story isn't just one of loss, it's a narrative of legacy. From his early days as Reginald Dwight, a shy piano prodigy in post-war England, to global superstardom, he's rewritten the rules of fame. His battle with blindness adds another chapter, one that humanizes the legend and amplifies his call for perseverance. As he awaits scientific breakthroughs, he reminds us that even in the darkest hours, the melody of hope can still play on. His fans, scattered across the globe, await his next album with bated breath, knowing that whatever comes, it'll be infused with the unquenchable fire of a life lived boldly. In sharing this update, Elton doesn't seek pity. He seeks solidarity, inviting us all to batter the door down together. And in that invitation, we see the true measure of his greatness. Not in the notes he hits, but in the light he refuses to let fade.